If you're moving to Colorado or thinking about moving to Colorado, everyone's gonna tell you it's crazy expensive, especially the housing market. But here is the thing. If you actually know where to look, you can make it work. And honestly, you might be surprised how doable it actually is. So let's break down what Colorado really costs, because the more you know, the better your budget's gonna look. Hi, I'm Ewelina. Together with my husband Simon, we help buyers and sellers all across the Denver metro area. We've been here for over 25 years, and I actually moved here from a different country. So I know what it feels like to figure all of this out from scratch. And here is what I learned. Colorado isn't just one market. It's basically 5 completely different Colorados with 5 different price tags. And which one you pick changes everything. Number 1, the Foothills Side, beautiful, popular, and more expensive. The Colorado everyone pictures when they decide to move here is the Foothills Side. Mountain views right outside your window, trails you can walk to from your neighborhood, easy weekend drives up to the mountains, Littleton, Golden, Lakewood, Boulder, Morrison, Evergreen, that whole west side foothills vibe. Beautiful? Yes. Cheap? Hard no. For example, Littleton's average home price is around $677,000. Lakewood is around $576,000. And Golden's average is $1.1 million. That's just a normal house, no pool, no wine cellar, or a butler named Gerald. What you're paying for is the location. The views, the trails, the access. It's not crazy luxury, it's just how Colorado prices itself. The closer you are to all of it, the more everything costs. Housing, rent, or even coffee. Boulder is the same conversation. The median there is regularly above $900,000. So if you want Boulder, make sure your budget wants Boulder first, because falling in love with Boulder can get really expensive. Number 2, Denver itself, Walkable and Trendy. Now Denver, the actual city. Denver's median is around $630,000, but can change depending on where you are. The neighborhoods closer to downtown or walkable, trendy neighborhoods with coffee shops and restaurants, those cost more. Highlands, Lowhigh, Sloan Lake, Wash Park, these are the places where everyone wants to live right now. And yes, you're going to pay for that. Lowhigh alone is pushing $750,000 and up. These neighborhoods are desirable because they're actually walkable. So if that's what you want, understand that's what you're paying for. If you want Denver, but you don't need to be in those specific neighborhoods, there are other parts of Denver that are a little easier on the budget. Number 3, the east side, more affordable but with trade-offs. The east side of the Denver metro is the Colorado that doesn't make the highlight reel as often, and honestly, that's a little unfair. We have places like Aurora, Parker, Thornton, Brighton, Commerce City, North Glen. And I want to give Aurora some credit specifically because I actually used to live there. Aurora gets overlooked and sometimes is kind of disrespected, and I don't think it deserves that. It's one of the biggest cities in Colorado. Great shopping, solid restaurants, good parks, strong schools, medical centers, newer and older neighborhoods. And if you travel a lot, you are basically neighbors with Denver International Airport, which depending on your life, it's either a huge perk or completely irrelevant. And Aurora averages around $460,000 in home prices. Thornton is around $542,000, still not pocket change, but compared to Boulder and Golden at $1.1 million, the difference is very real. But the trade-offs are real too. The drive to the mountains is longer, the views aren't the same. But these areas are not bad at all. They're just different and not that close to the foothills. That's it. Number 4, going south and north. If the Denver metro still feels out of reach, there are other options worth knowing about. Going south, Colorado Springs is a really compelling choice. You still get Colorado living, mountain views, outdoor access, a growing city with a real job market, restaurants, and a strong military community. And the average home price is around $447,000. So in many cases, you're getting more home for your money compared to Denver. The catch is that if your job, your family, or your social life is tied to Denver, that drive on I-25 will get annoying fast. It looks solely manageable on a map. It feels very different on a Tuesday morning when it's snowing and you have a 9 o'clock meeting and the highway is a parking lot. Keep going south and you will get to Pueblo. Average price around $248,000. Now that's affordable. But you're also far from Denver, far from the airport, and far from a lot of the things that made Colorado attractive to you in the first place. For some people, that math works perfectly and they love it. For others, it feels a little too far removed from the Colorado they actually picture. And going north from Denver, Fort Collins has a great reputation. Home of Colorado State University, so it has a college town energy, but it also has a well-known downtown, breweries, and trails. Average around $585,000, so kind of expensive, but Greeley is close to Fort Collins and it's more affordable and also worth a look if you don't need to be in Denver regularly. But if you travel often or commute to Denver, both of those cities are quite a distance from DIA, and that commute starts to matter a lot more once you're actually doing it every single week. Number 5, the mountain towns and other big cities. So Vail, Breckenridge, Aspen, Steamboat Springs, Telluride, Keystone, all the famous ski resorts. These are destination markets. People don't just live there, they vacation there. They buy second homes there, they compete for every limited inventory. And the prices reflect every single bit of that. Waking up near a ski resort sounds incredible, and of course it is. But living in a vacation destination full-time comes with a price tag that most people are not prepared for. So that's enough about mountain towns in this video. Let's talk about Grand Junction for a sec on the western slope close to Utah and Durango down in the southwest. Grand Junction can be more affordable than the Denver Metro and has a totally different, very western Colorado feel. Durango is gorgeous and has a lot of lifestyle appeal, but it can still be pricey depending on the area, and with both of them you really need to think carefully about jobs, healthcare, and airport access. Visiting those places for a weekend is a completely different experience from actually living there. That charm hits different when you need a major airport or a specialist doctor, and the nearest one is 3 to 5 hours away. So the statewide median home price right now is sitting around $600,000. So yes, Colorado is expensive, but the range is wide, and where you land depends entirely on which version of Colorado you choose and how honest you're willing to be with yourself about your budget. So those are your 5 Colorados, and guess what? Renting is no different. Number 6, renting. Now, renting follows the exact same pattern as buying. The more desirable the location, the more expensive is rent. It is the exact same access equation, just in a different form. So let me give you a real picture. In Littleton, the average apartment rent is around $2,000 a month right now for 2-bedroom apartment. In Highlands Ranch, it's $2,300 a month, so a bit more. And if you want to rent an actual house in those areas, not an apartment, a house, you can easily be looking at $3,000 to $4,000 a month or more, depending on size and location. Denver has similar rent prices. Aurora is cheaper, $1,700 for 2-bedroom apartment and around $2,700 for a house. And more affordable Colorado Springs averages around $1,500 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment or townhome. So yes, renting on the east side or going south to Colorado Springs gives you more room to breathe. Same rule as buying. Number 7. Buying in 2026. If you're thinking about buying in Colorado in 2026, there's some good news for you. The market is more favorable to buyers than those years when homes had 15 offers the first weekend and people were waiving inspections and bidding up the price. In many areas, there's more inventory, homes aren't moving as fast, sellers are more open to negotiation, and a lot of them are offering concessions. That creates real opportunity for buyers, but it does not apply everywhere. Colorado is very pocket specific. In popular neighborhoods in Littleton, Highlands Ranch, Golden, or parts of Denver, you might still have competition and need to move quickly. What's changed is that you now have more room to ask for things. Closing cost help, money to buy down your rate, repairs, things that simply weren't possible a few years ago. And one more thing, sometimes the best opportunity isn't the prettiest home online. Sometimes it's the one with bad photos, a kitchen from 2004, and carpet that has seen better times. If the location is right and the bones are solid, you can fix all of that. You cannot move the house closer to the foothills. Location still matters more than anything else. Okay, quick pause here. If you're watching this and starting to think, okay, Colorado might actually be a place I could see myself living in, I did put together a relocation guide that goes a little deeper into what day-to-day life actually looks like here. It's not about buying or selling, it's just the things people wish they knew before moving. Areas, lifestyle, what to expect, what surprises people. It's free and I will link it below in the description. Okay, let's keep going. Number 8, the cost nobody budgets for. This is the section people always skip in their planning, and the one that surprises them most after they arrive. Housing is the biggest expense, yes, but not the only one. Groceries run higher than people expect. And here's what nobody tells you about. Colorado is a very health-conscious state, and it's contagious. You'll make one friend who shops organic, and suddenly you're at Whole Foods spending $11 on a juice you don't fully understand, but it has adaptogens, so you kind of want it. Your grocery bill will go up. Personally, I shop at Costco. You can get organic for a lot less there. Eating out in popular areas adds up fast too. And then there's property taxes, HOA fees, utilities, car registration, healthcare, childcare, insurance, and maintenance. For example, home insurance can be expensive in Colorado because of hail, wind, wildfire risk, and higher construction costs. So all of that needs to be in your real number before you decide you can comfortably afford Colorado. And then the lifestyle cost. This one is both funny and completely real. People move here thinking, we'll be outside more, it's basically free. A walk is free, a hike is free, right? But somehow Colorado turns people into gear collectors almost immediately. You need hiking shoes, snow boots, waterproof everything, camping gear, skiing gear, a bike rack, a roof rack, a Subaru, or a solid SUV. And the jacket situation. You will not be wearing a cheap jacket here. Colorado introduces you to Patagonia, Arc'teryx, and North Face. And once you wear a good jacket, there is no going back. You will have 3 jackets within a year and somehow still feel like you need another one. The good news? Colorado has some good second-hand culture. Just go to a consignment store in Boulder and you will find a barely used Patagonia for half price, because the previous owner just upgraded to a better Patagonia. So there is hope, but you're still ending up with 3 jackets. That part is unavoidable. And the water bottle. You'll spend $45 on a water bottle and feel completely normal about it because everyone else does the same thing. Number 9, ski pass conversation. Then there's skiing. An epic pass for one person covering Breckenridge, Keystone, and Vail runs from $700 to $900, depending on when you buy. Spring is always cheaper. An icon pass covering a basin, steamboat, and winter park is similar. Add resort food, gas, parking, and maybe lodging. A quick family ski weekend can get expensive here. Number 10, what I would actually recommend if you are moving to Colorado. If you're seriously thinking about moving to Colorado in 2026, here's my honest advice. Start with lifestyle first, not the home search. Before you fall in love with a specific house, understand the area, because the right place for your actual life might not be the first one you searched. Ask yourself, do you need to be close to Denver for work? Do you travel often and need easy airport access? Do you want fast mountain access on weekends? Trails nearby? A specific school district? More house for the money, even if it means a longer commute? Some people belong in Littleton, Golden, Lakewood, Highlands Ranch, or Denver. Some are better off in Aurora, Brighton, Thornton, or Northland. Some are a great fit for Colorado Springs or Fort Collins. The goal isn't the cheapest place or the fanciest place. It's the place where your budget, your commute, your lifestyle, and your future actually make sense together. That's how you avoid moving to Colorado and realizing you ended up in the wrong version of it. So that is the real cost of living in Colorado in 2026. Colorado can be absolutely incredible, and I say that as someone who chose to make it home for over 25 years. But it's not the same everywhere. It is not cheap everywhere. And knowing all of this before you move is what makes the difference between loving it here and wondering what you were thinking. If this video helped you, please hit like. It helps more people find this channel and find this information before they make a big move. Drop your questions in the comments. I read every single one, and your questions are honestly how I decide what to make next, so keep them coming. And if you are seriously thinking about making a move to Colorado, I would love to talk through your specific situation. You can book a free call with me. The link is in the description below. We'll figure out together what actually makes sense for you, what areas to look at, what to expect, and how to make this move in a way that actually works for your life.